Hey everybody, and welcome back to my playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with SCS done in a completionist style. I'm still recovering from this last episode's spectacular gibberling performance, and
It is done.
I've also gathered some feedback, and I've decided to try to shorten up my episodes a little bit, so maybe let's aim for about 30 minutes. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if this other cursor setting works. Anyway, we're going to get back to Baragos for just a minute to hand in two quests. The first one is for Marianne. We picked up this letter from Ro, her husband, saying that everything's fine, but he's going to return via ship, return by sea later. So let's just give this letter to Marianne. She reads it out loud, and now she has some peace of mind. She can calm down and not worry for her husband. So we got 300 experience, and we gained a magical ring of protection, another one, so let's give that to Kagan maybe. And Imoen has leveled up, so let's level her up. We can now spend, not pickpockets, we want to have open locks, and generally for a level she got 8 hit points, 3 lore, and the 25 skill points that we'll put into open locks. So now she finally should be able to open some locks. Next up, let's go to the Burning Wizard and return Zurlong's boots to him. I also didn't talk about them. They are boots of stealth. They're even titled Zurlong's boots, but they are boots of stealth. You can normally use them. I can't identify them without using a spell, but they are a pretty good pair of boots for a stealthy character because they give you a bonus to both your hide in shadows and your move silently. But we're not really gonna have a character like that in Baldur's Gate 1 with my party composition. Of course, in Baldur's Gate 2 we're gonna have Kira and I dual class into a thief and become a pretty stealthy, backstabbing character, but we're not really going to have anyone like that in Baldur's Gate 1. So I'm just going to hand in these boots right away.
Yes, it is done.
I also forgot to mention that the first time we talked with this guy, he actually pickpocketed 15 gold off of us, and now he's going to be so happy that he's going to actually, pay us some good gold. I may be a kleptomaniac, but at least I'm an honorable, right? An honorable one, right? Alright, so BG1 NPC Project. So yeah, we got this 15 back plus 100 for the quest, but actually every time you talk to him, he's going to pickpocket some more money off of us.
Indeed.
So I'm not going to talk with him anymore, or talk to him. Now we're going to actually do something that I pretty much never do. Yeah, we don't need to rest, I don't think. We're going to go further north. I just want to finish some loose ends, because we're not going to be back to this northern region of the map for a while now, so I just want to finish up some things that we have to do here, and then we're going to be able to progress south before like Chahira starts nagging about visiting Nashkel. So let's go to this crossroads area first. As you can see, during the 4 hours of travel, Kagan has managed to fully heal up. I don't want to rush you, Muttonheads, but I have a caravan to find. Gonna move on. It was headed from Baragos northeast towards Baldur's Gate. Told him to stay east of the main road. Yeah, so he basically tells us where to look for it, and it's about here in this area of the map. And now that we are prepared with some sleep spells, and we have some good frontliners with some decent armor class, we're going to be able to kill these bandits here. So I'm actually not going to approach with Senashira too much.
Certainly.
Here they are.
Methinks you'll be pushing up daisies before the eve is through.
They're at the wrong time, in the wrong place. That's mine. Hands off, you sellsword. Right, nothing personal. These archers can be pretty nasty.
Yes,
So we're going to keep Senashira away from there for now. And just have these frontliners rush in. Come on, turn hostile so that you can be affected by that sleep spell. Why aren't they hostile, dude? Well, let's just make them hostile because something's not right here. Oh, wow. Okay. He just died. Alright, now they've become hostile, so this is actually easier than it was supposed to be.
What? What is stand back and watch this?
Alright, so let's just finish up. She's injured. Some Svarts. Of course, I managed to aggro some additional monsters, but they are very basic monsters. Let's not make a mistake like with the Gibberlings, though. I should just heal Senashira, but it just seems like such a waste to heal her for 1 HP. Alright, so here, on the corpse of this bandit leader, there's a bandit scalp. Well, he actually has something to say, Kagan. Look what I found. This is the body of Silver Shield's son. Guess I'm in a lot of trouble now. With him dead, I'll be a wanted dwarf. From what I've gathered so far, all of you are after them damnable bandits. Well, since my reputation is now mud, how about I help you gain revenge on those scumbags? Sure, we could use your skills. How about that coin thing I promised? Here, have it. But I expect my share of the booty from you. I am poor now. So yeah, we gained some gold for this quest. But anyway, I wanted to loot her body. We got a bandit scalp, which is going to be significant in chapter 3, really. And we can get some arrows, but this is, as you can see, Eddard Silvershield's fibula. And this is the item that can provide a little bit of a better conclusion to this quest, because normally it kind of ends here, it goes nowhere, really. But later on, once we unlock Baldur's Gate City, we'll be able to, well, like I said, have a little bit of a better conclusion. Because in Baldur's Gate City, there's the Silver Shield Manor, and we'll be able to show this item in there. Oh, actually, you know what? I might pick up this longbow if I'm not overburdened. No, I'm not overburdened. I just have full bags. Let's just pick one just to be sure. If I had one for Khalid earlier on, might have been a little better. Alright, so we're done with this area forever. We're never going to be back here. Now, what we need to do is go to the Friendly Armin. I just want to hand in that quest for Landrin, the one about the spider infestation, and then we're pretty much not going to be back in these northern parts for a while. So just quickly teleport here. Yeah, with these like shorter episodes that I would like to record, we really need to kind of pick up the pace. Here's Garrick. He returned to Friendly Armin here. If you ever wanted to pick him up. Alright, actually we can sell some stuff, like this bounty notice. This girdle, I might hold on to it and just use it on someone. Let's empty our... Oh, this is gonna take a while. Actually, one good way to do this is to just do it like that. They never... there's never any depreciation in value when it comes to jewelry like that. Normally when you sell items, they will, well, depreciate in value. So it's nice to sell in bulk, actually, when it comes to a lot of mundane items, if you have more than one of them. Like these swords, for example, these two-handed swords, they're worth 12 gold now. But if we sell one, well, just to demonstrate. Now this one is worth only 10 gold. So selling stuff in bulk just to like maintain their value, can actually sell this potion of insight, is a good idea. We're going to sell this quarterstaff, I think. We're not really going to have a user for that. Let's sell this bastard sword. Yeah, I should have sold a lot of stuff way earlier. I've been like holding on to a lot of this stuff for way too long, just cluttering my inventory. And alright, I guess this is it. I'm gonna hold on to one of these two-handed swords for Minsk to have a spare. And this quest item we can just give to Imran maybe to hold on to. And we need to have a dedicated like scalp guy. You know what, just have this potion of heroism there and have this one there. Alright, we're going to get a potion case soon. I'm not going to rest here.
Yes?
I think we're just going to go upstairs, hand in the quest for Landrin.
Indeed.
Can talk to her 3 times because the first one is about the spider corpse. And then the boots.
Cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Or maybe it's not quite this order. But anyway, have also the bottle of wine. And get hammered, I guess. Have fun this evening with that bottle of wine there.
Yep,
Actually, with Imoen, there was something. Okay, try opening that. Maybe you can open that and we can receive some minor treasure. Okay, even with 50 open locks, that's not yet too great. Once she has 75 open locks, she's going to be able to pretty much open almost everything. Like, for the most of the game, you're really in a good position when you have around 80. And like I said somewhere before, you really only need like 90 or 95 to like really max it out. Right now I'm going to go back to Baragost. We're going to rest here.
Indeed.
And then we're going to go west to High Hedge, do that area. I think on the way to Nashkel we're also going to... on the way to Nashkel we're actually going to also visit the Bacillus area and do that fight, I think. So let's just rest here. And finally we can set out... Well, not yet south, because High Hedge is west of here. But, you know, finally we're like getting somewhere. We're done with all this basic kind of entry, low-level stuff, and now we can get into some more exciting adventures, I guess. Here, I think we're gonna get rid of Kagan already. That's a bit of a shame. But there's a character I would like to pick up from here. And I think I wanna... keep Nira for a while because of her sleep spells. Although, actually could get rid of her. I think we're gonna get rid of her in Nashkel though, and rely on this Wand of Sleep that we can pick up from here. Because anyway, we're going to get rid of Kagan. By the way, he says Kagan, but doesn't make more sense if he was to be pronounced Kagain? It's the same with Khalid. Like, why isn't it Khalid? But anyway. Okay, let's give some stuff to Jaheira. She's basically going to become like our main tank now. He also has a cool helmet, so I'm gonna hold on to that for someone. You can wear that, you can wear that, and now you have a -2 armor class, which is pretty decent. And you're pretty much overburdened, so let's take that off of you. And yeah, Kagan doesn't have anything of interest, so let's remove him.
I need an ale.
And now tell him to go back to his shop.
Certainly.
Alright, so now we have
Certainly.
this character here, Kivin, or Kaivan.
Hail. It is not often that I come across strangers in this part of the world.
What takes you out this far from civilization? We're adventurers ready to smite any evil that darkens our path. A strange coincidence. I have a quest similar to your own. I have been hunting the bandits in this region for the past few months. Perhaps if we work together we would fare better. What say you to that? We'll help you against the bandits, but only if you tell us why you've spent months hunting them. Their leader, an ogre named Tazok, people pronounce it differently, took the life of someone very dear to me. Thanks for being honest. You can join our party. I hope that we will work well together.
Yes?
So, in the unmodded game, he's one of my favorite characters. Actually, in the BG1 NPC Project, like I've said in the introduction video, he doesn't quite line up with my imagining of him, but it's not a big deal. He's a great character, He's a great archer. He's a ranger. He starts at level 2. I think we're going to basically be picking up the level 2 versions of a lot of characters from now on, just because we have Jaheira and Imoen that leveled up. Anyway, the good thing about him is that his 17 dexterity, the fact that it's not 18 is actually not a big deal, because when it comes to range Thaco bonus, 17 and 18 are no different. You only get another Thaco bonus when you reach 19 dexterity. And the significant thing with him is that he actually has 18 strength. And again, his exceptional strength is bad. It's pretty low, in the lowest exceptional strength bracket. But it doesn't matter, because his 18 strength generally is used for him to be able to wield composite longbows that can, you know, that deal more damage than normal longbows. And as you can see, he's as a ranger, he has a basically free 2 proficiency points in 2 weapon style. He's has specialization in longbow and a halberd, which is kind of weird because he's going to receive a spear in a second. So yeah, it's a very good character, very liked character in the saga. So now he just has a longbow, and I should have gotten a composite longbow for him from Tehran's shop. Oh yeah, and of course the script. Right, so now we have a very powerful kind of ranged lineup, because we have Kivin and we have Kiranai with her throwing daggers. So this is a really nice ranged setup, and now we're going to basically have Jaheira be kind of like a main tank. We're going to dump pretty much everything that increases armor class on her. She's going to always pretty much have the best armor and protection items and such. And then we have this cool range setup. And Senashira, for now, she's kind of like an oddball. But once she gets some items that can buff up her armor class temporarily, and, you know, get some Kensai bonus and stuff, she's going to come into her own at a little bit of a higher level. So here are the gnolls. This is the group of gnolls that actually... you know what, Senashira, although she is not proficient with throwing daggers, she actually can throw some daggers. Her Thaco, as you can see, is still 18, because as a fighter kit, as a Kensai, you know, she doesn't get too big of a penalty when it comes to using weapons that she's not proficient in, and she still can do decent damage. She has 2 attacks per round, because that's the base for throwing daggers, and, you know, she still has not too bad of a Thaco, so we can use her for ranged combat as well. Anyway, this is a group of gnolls that took Perdu's short sword. And it's very easy to miss, actually, because Perdu's short sword doesn't have any... doesn't look any differently from any other short sword. Actually, you can take some halberds for selling, I think. Well, see, this is it. It has a different name, but it looks like an ordinary short sword. So if you don't know it's this one, you might actually not even bother to pick it up. So let's keep that on Kiranai, I guess. Actually, we're going to change to some more hammers now, because there are skeletons here very often. They can spawn here, and we're going to need a skeleton skull very soon. So I'd like to pick one up. Attacking Senashira, stop that. Stop that. We need to protect her. We have the area south of here already uncovered, so we can just keep going. This building, by the way, this is Thalantir's shop. Okay. Ranged weapons aren't actually going to do much against skeletons, because they have a large resistance to that kind of weapon. So might as well not even waste the ammo. You know what, actually you can give this staff to Kiranai. Oh yeah, wow. I shouldn't have sold that +1 quarterstaff, because this one is only usable by Nira. So that's a little unfortunate. Basically you want blunt damage against skeleton. It kind of, you know, makes sense when you think about it in kind of real life terms. You know, you don't really want to shoot an arrow at a skeleton. You want to crush the bones of it with a hammer or something like that. Those are pretty good because they also drop throwing hammers, which we're Kind of running a little short on.
What do you buy?
I don't really want these characters to get too damaged. Come on, dude. Just
Your
kill him. Alright, so we'll need one skull. And we can of course pick up all these throwing daggers.
Yes?
The thing with throwing daggers is also that they weigh a little bit. It doesn't matter on a strong character like Kiranai, but just as a general remark, I think in Icewind Dale they actually don't weigh anything. So in Icewind Dale they are a great weapon of choice for any like mage or whatever. Here's Permidian Stark.
Indeed.
Whoa, slow down. I'm trying to plan the grandest of heists here. With all your trumping about, I can't hear a word I'm thinking. Again, BG1 NPC here. Of course you can't hear a word you're thinking. You have to say it out loud first. Okay, here's the plan. There's a big-time mage living just over that rise. Magic items scattered all over the place, I'm betting. Trouble is, he's got those 2 hideous flesh monsters guarding him and no shadows where I can lurk. Brute force is useless against the monsters. Everything is useless. There must be a way to outwit the witless, but damned if I know how. Ah, hell. I guess I'd be better off just finding a halfling village somewhere to pick on. This dive is all yours. So yeah, he's a thief and basically providing us with some clues that there's a big-time mage in there, and he actually has 2 flesh golems that start out hostile, actually, but Enhanced Edition pretty much like moved them back so they don't start at the entrance. That could sometimes happen in the classic BG1. So then he, of course, reconsiders. And then Kivin, again, BG1 NPC Project here, because Kivin actually knows Thalanter from before. He is a good man, and I will not stand for an assault on him. It is worthwhile to visit him, however, and perhaps trade with him. Yeah, so I just wanted to have that conversation done. And now we can go... this is one of the best shops in the game, generally, and especially early on in the game. Thalanter has some really good items. So this first conversation that you have with him is going to set...
I be Thalantir, a mighty mage of Baragost.
Mighty mage. This conversation basically sets the flesh golems to neutral stance instead of hostile. Of course, he's kind of like a recluse, but he's going to trade with us. Oh, and they have this unique conversation in the BG1 NPC Project. I hoped for a warmer welcome for my company, Thalanter. Elf. The name was Kivin, if I'm not mistaken. And basically, he gives us a spear for Kivin. Inventory management, 6 skills, man. Just fumbling over these items. Anyway, so Kivin receives this spear. It will require identification. It's basically a spear with a chance to ensnare the target. But since Kivin in the Enhanced Edition doesn't actually have spear proficiency, he's not going to be like too effective with it. But it's a flavor item for him, you know. It's just something connected to him through the BG1 NPC Project.
Why do I live in such a pissant town?
Why? Well, you answer me, you know, why you live here. It's your decision. Alright. So, in order to trade with him, rumors talk of a powerful mage that lives out here. If it is you, I would like to speak with you. Rumors? Bah, there is no mage here that wishes to speak or be spoken of. Unless, of course, if you have magic that you wish to sell. Oh, we do have magic, dude. We want to sell, we want to buy, we want to get all that good stuff of yours. Anyway, I think I should wait for a little bit of a higher reputation, but we can definitely get that potion case that Enhanced Edition places here. He has a lot of good potions. I'm going to buy all these potions of explosions and stuff a little bit later. A lot of good spells that we're going to, of course, buy once, especially once Imoen dual classes into a mage. But one great thing that he has is this Wand of Sleep. And this is a wand that, of course, you're familiar with sleep now. But the great thing about this wand is that it can be used by anyone, not just a mage. And also this Wand of Fear is a little bit like that, because it can be used by mages and clerics too, actually, and druids. I really don't like this, you know. In the classics it would say usable by mage, cleric, druid. And like, I hate these items sometimes where it just says not usable by and there's like excuse me. There's like 15 classes there and you have to figure out like the 2 that can use it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna buy this wand of sleep. Okay, we can finally get some more free space from our potions, but yeah, I think I'm going to put those in there, and we can put this one in there as well. Alright, and this wand, actually, Senashira is kind of useless in some of these fights at this stage of the game, so she might actually just kind of, if she's staying back, she might as well cast a sleep from a wand. So as you can see, it has 20 charges. That's more than enough. You can of course recharge wands, and that's a mechanic that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. It's a little bit controversial. It's not really clear whether that mechanic was intended or not.
What is my turn to say this?
In SCS, these spiders can cast web, but it just flew off over there. But you know, the idea is that they can web a single person, and then they actually kind of want to focus on that person and poison them. Okay, can't brute force it. Let's see if we can open that. There are some gems here, but it doesn't matter.
Certainly.
Alright, so we can go west and uncover some of the coastal areas. Now, if I want to have these videos be like 30 minutes long, this is going to have to end very soon, and we didn't really get to accomplish much again. The troubles of recording Baldur's Gate. There's just so much stuff to do in this game. So we have this one coastal area here. And actually, this is everything this map has to offer for us. So let's go maybe quickly do Basilis's area. So as you could hear, maybe, that we got waylaid by enemies and we have to defend ourselves. This is kind of like this random encounter mechanic in Baldur's Gate, where you can sometimes get ambushed by some enemies. I'm switching to a melee weapon for Kirinai here, because if you're wielding a ranged weapon like a bow in melee, you actually have a worse THAC0 to hit enemies with, and they also get a +4 THAC0 bonus against you. It's the same when you're unarmed. We actually enter the map from the north. Alright, so see, this is Kivin's content that I don't enjoy that much. He really needs to be super elfy, although I don't think he actually talks too much about like elf-related stuff in this conversation in particular. But yeah, for Bookworm, you are well at ease outdoors, my young friend. Let's select this one. Remind me of myself on my first ranging. I'm familiar with these conversations. Of course, you were free to pause and look at all the different conversation options and stuff, and of course read about what I selected. You are much wiser than I was. Right?
Indeed.
So we approach from the north, which usually you approach from the east, I guess, when I do things. Actually, we need to like have a better formation here.
Yes, it is done.
Let Jaheira be first. It's going to be a peculiar situation here soon. And so here's a wolf, but to really get a better grip on what's happening here, should be a chicken, but no, I have to kill this wolf first, I guess.
Indeed.
Alright, we have some level ups to do from previous encounters and now this one. So we're approached by this chicken. See, if he talked to us while this wolf was still alive, he would actually ask us to save him from that wolf. So apparently this is a talking chicken. Forsooth! Methinks you are no ordinary talking chicken. I certainly hope you are jesting with me. My apologies, my good chicken. What has caused your current accursed state? Alright, thank the mother of all magic. Mayhaps now I might end this nightmare. I am Melkamp of Beregost, a mage adept in the mystical arts. Misread incantation seems to be the source of my troubling form. It has been over a month since I uttered a polymorph spell, and I simply cannot return to my normal form. Is there anyone that might be able to assist you? I fear I have little in the ways of magical power myself. Blast it all. Well, there's nothing else I can do except my most hated option. There is a tower directly to the west of Beregost, about which can be found the mage Philanter. I am his apprentice, and I am certain he will aid me. Then to his abode we shall go. I will escort you. Escorting a chicken. Just sounds pretty funny. Thank you. It's located just west of Beregost. We've already met Philanter, of course. And we're going to bring him to Philanter soon. Right, as this combat music fixes itself when I do a quick save and quick load, I am going to finish this episode now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.